Battlefield 3 is perhaps one of my favorite games, so when I heard that Dr. Pepper was going to have some exclusive in-game items, I started buying the fuck out of Dr. Pepper. So the first night I bought almost 14 Dr. Peppers. I wanted content for both the PC and the PS3 versions. What am I fucking surprised none of the goddamn codes would work. I don't think I've ever been this pissed off about something that's supposed to be free. Think about it this way, I've already spent close to $120 on copies of Battlefield 3 for the PC and the PS3, and after purchasing 14 20-ounce Dr. Peppers at $1.50 each, I have a little bit of a reason to be pissed off, and not to mention I purchased 4 more Dr. Peppers just to show you how big of a bunch of fucking assholes these people at Dr. Pepper really are. Each time one of the codes wouldn't work, I would submit a help ticket to Dr. Pepper about the codes that didn't work, and to my surprise, I waited almost 2 fucking weeks for them to send me a reply of shit that they just copied and pasted from the website. It turns out that Dr. Pepper doesn't even reply to the consumers. Some assholes called Softcoin handles this shit. I mean, they sent me emails talking to me like I'm a fucking idiot or I'm a dumbass child that doesn't know that 20-ounce bottles have codes on them. I was like, the reason that I'm sending you this email is because my codes won't work. You can send me some new codes. I'll be honest with you, if you want content for Battlefield 3, you're better off smoking yourself into cancer and hoping that you make your way to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, because these fucktards at Dr. Pepper claim that these codes have 12 characters on each bottle, but they have 14, and none of them fucking work. I'm not even a big fan of Dr. Pepper, but as a consumer, I expect to be treated with a little bit of fucking respect from not only the company, but from its affiliates as well. I made sure to inform the people who make the Battlefield games via Twitter that the Dr. Pepper codes do not work, and I was happy to hear that they are quicker and nicer than the folks at Dr. Pepper, and I admire their polite customer service. Although they couldn't help me with the issue, the problem arises from these big corporations from Texas that think that they can strap the logo of something that people like onto their bottles and people like me will buy them. Well, right now, I feel like a fucking idiot that was treated very disrespectfully, and if you had the same situation happen to you, I bet you'd feel like a fucking idiot too. It's like you opened a Christmas present to find that you got a big old box of dried up horse shit in it. I know some people haven't had any problems getting their codes because I've seen them in the game, and it may be silly to even make a video like this, but I want my fucking content. It says no purchase necessary, but after several emails and trying to contact anyone who has anything to do with this game, I've found out that it will not only cost you wasted time, $1.50, but you'll have the emotional letdown of not getting your items, because after you get excited, you'll get let down that your codes don't work, and if you try to email them the codes that don't work, 2 weeks later you get an email back acting like you're too fucking stupid to read the codes, or that you're too dumb to notice that the bottles have Battlefield 3 on them. Wikipedia says that false advertising or deceptive advertising is the use of false or misleading statements in advertising, as advertising has the potential to persuade people into commercial transactions that they would otherwise avoid. Truth refers to essentially the same concept, that consumers have the right to know what they are buying, and that all necessary information should be printed on the label. So what the fuck do you think this is? Isn't it false advertising to state that every bottle wins when you can't even get the goddamn codes to work? Out of 20 bottles that I have purchased in the past 2 weeks, 1 bottle didn't even have a fucking code on it. So what do you think? If I was EA, I would drop Dr. Pepper altogether. Their disrespectfulness to customers and their non-working codes are bullshit, and it needs to stop because most Battlefield gamers are serious gamers and they want their fucking in-game items.